All right, substitution, elimination is going into algebra 1. Basically still, we're only going to do this first objective today, which is this guy right here, substitution. Tomorrow, we'll go into elimination. So I got about 3 problems to go through. Hopefully this will clarify it for you for the final time of your math career with substitution elimination. It is algebra 1 review, so hopefully you'll feel comfortable with that. What are we trying to do? Well, we're going to try to find where 2 linears cross. Okay? We're going to try to find this intersection. Always going to be an XY coordinate. Always. So in the end, with substitution elimination, we're looking for an X, and we're looking for a Y. We're looking for the intersection of 2 lines that do cross. We can also use our graphing device, can help us sometimes, but we have to solve for y equals mx plus b, put that in our graphing calculator. So, but substitution elimination is an algebraic way of getting this intersection without using your graphing device, which is much easier for the most part. Without much to do, let's get right into it, and let's review what substitution is. First step, you want to solve for one of the variables, okay? You want to get y all by itself on one side of the equation, or you want to get x on itself. Now, I've set this first one up, already solved. What have I solved for? I've solved for that y, haven't I? Okay? So now, y is equal to this guy right here. What we're going to do with that guy is plug him in right here. So we're going to end up with x plus, we're not going to write y anymore, we're going to write what y is equal to in terms of x. Okay? So that's going to be x minus 1, and we're equal to 7. Now if you can grasp this concept, this is why this works right here. Why does it work? Well, now I have an equation, not with an x and a y, but only a x. I have a single variable now. I'm allowed. I can solve for a single variable. That's why this works. I'm trying to get rid of one of them. And substitution, sub in. Now, if there would have been a number in front of here, I would have needed to put those in brackets because I'd have a 2 out there and you have to distribute. We'll do one of those here in a second. But since there wasn't a number there, I did not need to go with the brackets. Now we're just solving. X and x gives me 2x minus 1 equals 7. We're down to a very simple equation here, aren't we? Add 1 to both sides. 2x equals 8. Had some Krause's pizza last night, topper. It was pretty good. Sausage, mushrooms, pepperoni. Yeah. Divided by the deuce, of course, and your x. Remember, this is going to be an xy coordinate. Your x is bed golf shot 4. Now, there's always a second part of this substitution thing, and that is finding the other value. You're half done. What I start off with, every one of these solutions is a what? An xy coordinate, aren't they? Okay, we don't have the y yet, so how do we get it? Go into one of them. Doesn't matter which one I use, everybody. Doesn't matter if I use this one or this one. Does not. One of them might be easier. Choose which one looks easiest. Well, this one looks pretty easy to me. If I put 4 in there, 4 minus 1 is, of course, and there you have it. Algebra 1, you remember it? Everybody on board? Or is everybody just bored? Both.
Wait, how'd you get 3?
I just plugged x back into one of the equations.
Oh, okay.
I could plug it here too. I'd get the same answer because then I would minus 4 and y would be 3. It doesn't matter which one I use. Everybody clear? Your turn. Now, before you get going on this one, I want to give you a big hint. If you want to avoid fractions, which I think everybody in the room wants to, because you start getting fractions, we're going to make mistakes because they're not easy to add, subtract, and multiply, correct? If you want to avoid them fractions, what you want to solve for is a single. So what I want to solve for is that guy right there. Why? Because it doesn't have a number in front of it. You see it? So I'm gonna subtract 2y. I'm gonna get x equals negative 2y plus 4. Now I'm gonna look down here at my x. Oh, there's a 3 in front of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in brackets. Since there's a number in front of my x, where I'm gonna plug it in. 3. Now I'm going to put x in terms of y minus 2y plus 4 minus 4y equals 7. Distribute and solve. Vortex. Yeah. Once you get that first value, what do? You gotta find x. You get y, you gotta plug it back in and get your x. Distribute. Simplify. Subtract 12. Negative 10y equals negative 5. Divide by negative 10. And your y value is a half, isn't it? Negative divided by negative. Y value is half. Now, this case, it's pretty simple. It doesn't matter which one we use. They're both going to work out pretty good. But if I got a fraction, sometimes I'll look and see if I can simplify it pretty easy. Well, 1/2 here times 2 simplifies to 1 plus x equals 4. Subtract 1, your x is 3. It would also work here. Okay, I could put my y value 1/2 here. I would be left with 3x minus 2 equals 7. Something not right there. What I do wrong.
Yeah, well, that's to divide by 3.
That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. So either one does work. Now, back to the top of this one. I want to solve for that guy. I know one fraction. Does everybody get that? Give me an X and Y. Go. I already had Y solved for, didn't I? I look down here where I'm gonna plug it in. I'm gonna put it in brackets because there's a 2 in front of that Y, right? Because I know I'm gonna have to distribute, so you gotta put it in brackets. Distributing. Combining. Adding 2 to both sides. 7x equals 28. We're on the home stretch. What's my x equal? Got a golf shot 4. obviously that's the easiest one to get it, isn't it? Plug in 4, 2 times 4 is, there you have it. How do you feel about that, Apple? Questions? There you go. Simple day.
Should have been pretty easy for most. Bush.